Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz. Congressman, welcome to Fox News Sunday.
Good morning, Shannon. How you doing?
It's good to have you with us. Let's start with Israel, because that was a big part of the aid package that was passed yesterday as well. A number of your fellow Democrats voted against it. A joint statement saying this: Benjamin Netanyahu appears willing to sacrifice the hostages while inflicting extraordinary suffering on the people of Gaza. He's willing to expand this conflict to preserve his power. Most Americans do not want our government to write a blank check to further Prime Minister Netanyahu's war in Gaza. How do you answer those concerns?
Well, listen, this war that's going on right now in Gaza is not about one man. It's about the survival of the state of Israel, right? When you have Iran launching ballistic missiles, 130 of them towards the state of Israel. Remember, ballistic missiles could carry a nuclear payload if Iran ever got nuclear weapons. People think that this is the first time Israel and Iran are at war, and those were the first attacks directly. But Iran's got proxies all over surrounding Israel. Between the Houthis in Yemen, you had Hamas in Gaza, you have Hezbollah in Lebanon. And so this is really about Israel's survival. And as far as my colleagues on the left that voted against it, I would say the same thing to the 20 Republicans that voted against aid to Israel. Now is not the time to abandon our allies. Everyone is watching. Russia is watching, China is watching, Iran is watching. And in fact, the Russian foreign minister's statement when we passed this aid package wasn't just about Ukraine. The spokeswoman for the Russian foreign minister said, you know, the United States standing by its allies, Taiwan, Israel, and Ukraine. They put it together. And that's what we've known all the time. We've known these things are connected. We know Russia and China are trying to destabilize the country, trying to destabilize the world. And we have to make sure the United States stands for Western democracy. And so, look, it's no surprise to me that the left and the right found themselves. Usually when that happens, that means that the rest of Congress passed a pretty good bill.
Well, one of the concerns some conservatives have is the $9 billion for aid that will flow into Gaza. The speaker says there are guardrails on it. He's confident that it's going to get to the right place. But the Defense for Democracies actually has some reporting on this, and they look into it and said, you know, there's video of the IDF has taken of Hamas taking these aid trucks as they come over. They say that Hamas is threatening people, some with death, if they help Israel distribute this aid. Are you confident that you can tell the American taxpayer that what we're spending and sending over there is not going to end up in the hands of terrorists?
Well, look, that's why from the very beginning I favored defunding UNRWA and making sure that we could put steps in place to get the humanitarian aid in without it winding up in the hands of Hamas. So, look, I think the United States and Israel are going to do the best they can, along with their allies in the region, Egypt and Jordan, to make sure that humanitarian aid gets to the innocent Palestinians in the region. But look, again, right, this is about Hamas wanting to hurt innocent Palestinians. Hamas taking aid away from the innocent Palestinians, just like they put weapons in hospitals and in schools, just like they tell innocent Palestinians not to leave, otherwise they'll be shot, just like fighting, them locating themselves, Hamas fighters, amongst the population, using them as human shields. And so, yes, you know, we'll do everything we can, but I do think it's critical that we make sure we get humanitarian aid into Gaza, because right now there's this notion out there that Israel's committing a genocide, which is 100% false. There's a genocide going on in Sudan, which we don't hear a lot about, but there is no genocide in Gaza. But we do need to make sure that we do prevent famine, and so that's why getting that aid in is critical.
I want to play something that happened on the House floor yesterday. This is a moment when things were getting passed. People rallied, waving Ukrainian flags. There was cheering. Numerous times they were told this is against protocol. They couldn't be doing this. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I know is sort of your maybe nemesis, the two of you at this point, she said that showed a sellout of America. Congress, folks in Congress waving the Ukrainian flag on the House of Representatives floor while doing nothing to secure the U.S. border. Your response?
Well, I mean, listen, first of all, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not a serious person. She's not a serious legislator. Quite frankly, that's why I think the way we've been treating her now is she is Putin's special envoy to Congress. The idea that she would criticize anybody else that somehow we're not respecting America. The way you disrespect America is not by standing by our allies, not by strengthening us. What Marjorie Taylor Greene and what Thomas Massie and what Paul Gosar are trying to accomplish by removing the Speaker of the House in this very moment after October 7th would only embolden China, it would only embolden Russia, it would only embolden Iran. She would let the Ayatollah in Iran take Israel, and she would let Putin take Europe, not just Ukraine. Okay. So I don't want to be lectured by Marjorie Taylor Greene. That being said, listen, there are protocols on the House floor. I think it was a big moment that Democrats and Republicans came together, but I understand waving flags on the floor is against protocol.
Okay, I think that's a lot to accuse her of, giving up Israel to Iran and Ukraine to Putin, but she's welcome to come on this.
She's voted against all those packages.
Well, I think that's a leap from there, but she is welcome to come here, and you guys can have a debate too. Congressman, we always appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.